Hey, hi, welcome back to Digit.in. My name is Vignesh. Now, here in the office, we have yet another ROG machine from Asus. Now, as much as it may look like the Zephyrus M that was launched a couple of months ago, I assure you, this is the Zephyrus G. Now, what's the difference, you ask? It doesn't have an Intel CPU. Instead, it comes with an AMD Ryzen 7 combined with 16 GB of RAM and an Nvidia GeForce GTX 1660 Ti card with Max-Q design. Now, enough of all of that. Let's see how it is in our review. Let's start with the performance. The Zephyrus G features an AMD Ryzen 7 processor combined with 16 GB of RAM, which can be upgraded to a maximum of 32 GB. Complementing it is an Nvidia GeForce 1660 Ti graphics card with Max-Q design. There's a single 512 GB PCIe NVMe solid-state drive attached to the laptop, along with space for one more such card, should you choose to upgrade storage. Everyday performance of the review unit was expectedly good. I was able to run multiple instances of numerous applications such as Chrome, Word, Excel, File Explorer, Adobe Lightroom, Steam, and WhatsApp for PC across more than 2 virtual desktops without any noticeable signs of lag or stuttering. Switching between these applications too was a smooth experience visually. When, on one occasion, I maintained some 50 plus tabs on Chrome, the laptop felt compelled to reload many of the tabs when they were made active, but that's understandable given the extreme workload. Exporting hundreds of photos from Adobe Lightroom Classic took almost half the time models like the Asus TUF Gaming FX505 or 705 did. What about gaming though, because that's what we're really here for. The costlier Zephyrus M comes with a full-size Turing version of the Nvidia GeForce GTX 1660 Ti graphics card, but the Zephyrus G gets a Max-Q version of the same. According to Asus, the Max-Q design variant was chosen for the Zephyrus G to keep costs low. The frame rates clocked by the Zephyrus G are comparable to those recorded by the slightly older and cheaper TUF Gaming FX705. Playing video games on the review unit was mostly pleasurable. Games ran more or less smoothly on high and medium settings. I noticed one distinct stutter in Crysis 3 a few minutes into the game, but nothing after that. I noticed quite a bit of skips and stutters in the cutscenes of Battlefield 5, but none during gameplay. Doom was perhaps the smoothest game on both high and medium. After a 30-minute run, our heat gun recorded an average of 30 degrees Celsius around the WASD keys and over twice that figure around the rear vents. What about that display? The 15.6-inch display on the Zephyrus G is a 120Hz IPS LCD unit that's bright but not very colorful. While primary colors tend to look mostly neutral for browsing, watching movies, and playing games, they tend to appear a bit washed out on occasion. The matte finish on the display ensures overhead lights don't cause a distraction. On the whole, it's a good display for everyday use. Sound from the laptop's 2 downfiring speakers is surprisingly loud and clear, which is generally not the case with gaming laptops of this price range. Highs, mids, and even lows make it through while playing most songs. What's more, there's ample stereo separation when you sit facing the laptop directly. The pair inside the laptop is fine for the occasional YouTube video, but you might want to get yourself a proper pair of headphones for gaming. The Zephyrus G is not shy to offer ports for connectivity. On the left side, it sports a proprietary round pin power port, a LAN port, a full-size HDMI port, a USB-A 3.2 port, a USB-C 3.2 port, and a 3.5mm audio jack for headsets. On the right, it features 2 USB-A 3.2 ports and nothing else. Unfortunately, there's neither a fingerprint reader nor a webcam on offer. So if you're planning to use this laptop for both work and play, that's a limitation to make note of. What about the keyboard? Like the unit on the Zephyrus M, the keyboard on the Zephyrus G is adequately comfortable for typing long emails and documents. The same goes for gaming. The keys have sufficient resistance but could have used a bit more travel. A dedicated row of keys above the keyboard let you control volume, mute the microphone, and bring up Asus's proprietary Armory Crate app. In addition, there's a column of keys on the right side with dedicated buttons for home, end, page up, and page down functions, while there's even an extra function key there for added convenience. The one thing the keyboard misses is RGB lighting. Instead, it gets a plain white backlight with 3 levels of backlight control. The touchpad on the Zephyrus G is a sufficiently large precision unit. It means you can perform multi-finger taps and swipes without needing a third-party driver or utility. These actions can be modified directly from Windows 10 settings. The touchpad's plain surface is smooth for frequent use, and the 2 click keys beneath it are fairly easy to press. Let's talk about the build and design. The Zephyrus G is a spitting image of its costlier Intel counterpart, and that's no doubt a good thing because the Zephyrus M was a well-built and well-designed product to begin with. The Zephyrus G sports a similar metallic top cover with a classy brushed finish. For a 15.6-inch gaming laptop, it's moderately slim and surprisingly lightweight. A dimly lit red ROG logo adorns the top cover to give the laptop some extra character. Opening or closing the display reveals almost no signs of flex on the lid, which is impressive given the slimness of the panel. On the inside, the anti-glare display is surrounded by thin bezels on 3 sides. The tall bottom bezel houses just the dual array microphones and no webcam. Tapping hard on the key causes no movement in the keyboard island, which is once again a sign of impressive build. On the whole, the Zephyrus G is a well-made laptop. It manages to look subtle without ending up looking uninteresting. What about the battery? The Zephyrus G sports a 4-cell 76-watt battery, which in our tests fared decently. On our standard battery benchmark test, the review unit scored 3 hours 1 minute. When compared to the results scored by the more power-hungry Zephyrus M, that's 39 minutes more. In our everyday tests, in which Wi-Fi and Bluetooth are enabled and the screen is set to 70% brightness, the review unit managed heavy browsing and background music playback through headphones for 1 hour 16 minutes before showing a 32% drop in the battery charge. Charging the laptop back up from near zero to full takes over 1.5 hours. Well, all things considered, I think the ROG Zephyrus G is a pretty fine machine for gaming. It's obviously not as good as the Zephyrus M, but it's a pretty fine machine nonetheless, given that its price is not 1,42,990 but 99,990. Well, at least that's the price at the time of recording this video. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I will see you in the next one. Ta-ta.